Good morning, comrades. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Nürburgring. Welcome to a pretty cool video because we just did 2 laps in this Porsche Cayman 718. Now, we've seen it already before at Mountain Racing Track Day, and I mentioned the fact that it has a very interesting license plate because it's originally a car registered in Russia, and usually you have RUS in front. And ever since, well, the happenings of 24th of February this year, some Russian people choose to change the plates to avoid having people who only think in black and white and think like, oh, all Russians are bad, we need to destroy their cars. Shit like that unfortunately happens. So, small background info. And most prominent thing is, of course, this interesting exhaust. And actually, a fun fact, the owner, Jan, who is walking over there far away, who probably doesn't want to be in the video. Jan, why are you walking away?
I need some fresh air, man. I'm sweaty.
Yeah, no aircon in life. A bit of aircon.
It works, but not brilliantly.
Yeah, cool. So you're actually from Belgium, but you've been living for the last 12 years in Russia.
Absolutely, yeah.
Why?
12 years in Russia. Well, my wife's Russian, you know, that's usually how it works.
Ah, okay, good.
Guys find a nice Russian girl and they move there and they live happily ever after.
Yeah, that's...
If no strange things happen.
I know, yeah. So, in short about your car, we already talked about it when we got into it, so some info you will hear there. But some stuff we didn't mention, so you have the nice silencers on the exhaust because otherwise it wouldn't pass the measurement test.
Correct.
Wheels, OZ Super Forgiata.
Super Forgiata.
Yes, and funny story, you told me that you got them from the US.
Yeah, that's right. Some guy in California was selling them.
Yeah.
But I had to get them to Russia, which is really tricky at the best of times because DHL, UPS, they do not deliver anything to Russia unless you're a company.
Yeah.
So in the end, after like a month of messing around, I got these just by regular post in a gigantic box, and they were a little worse for wear, but yeah, they still do the job.
They do their job. Around them, you have Yokohama tires, Advan AO52. Quite an unusual tire for a Porsche because most of the people go either for Cup 2 or Trofeo R, but I think this is the first Porsche that we experienced with Yokohama, and I must say they're actually quite good. They're
really good. It's a little too warm for them right now.
Yeah.
And probably the Nordschleife is not the ideal track for them. It's more like if you have a slower, twistier track, they're amazing in slow corners. They're really good.
But they still offer lots of control because you can do a nice lift off oversteer, the car slides slightly and then regains grip.
It's stock size, so it's 295/30 in the rear, 245/35 in the front, 20-inch.
Nice. So what have you done to the car?
I changed the headers.
Yeah.
First I went to race headers, it was too loud. So I added catalysts. So it has cuts, but the cuts are in the place where normally the filters are. But this car is Russian, so it doesn't have real filters anyway.
Yeah.
It's like a fake filter which doesn't do anything except kill the noise. So the cuts are there, and then it has a car graphic rear exhaust. Which doesn't sound great, but I chose it because it has dual 2.5-inch paths. Whereas most exhausts, they have like a small one and a big one.
Yeah.
But in this case, like if I want to go to Spa, I can just force the valves to stay closed.
Yeah. And
it will still have 2.5-inch and more or less drive normally.
Nice. And you said you had a power upgrade, or?
Yeah, there's an ECU tune which gives like, it's only the biggest power comes from the exhaust.
Yeah.
The ECU tune added like 10 horsepower maybe.
Yeah.
But what it also does is it raised the rev limit to 8,300. Okay. Which helps with the shift points in some places.
Oh, that's nice.
And it doesn't drop back quite as far in the rev range.
Cool.
I have a check engine light, which is usual.
Yeah, when you're running.
This is actually, I don't know, it started at some point. It's actually a cable issue. Like one of my Lambdas. Yeah. It gave me the like open loop, like cable broken, whatever error. I changed the new. It was fine on the road. I take it on track, again the same error. So I think we have to check the connector or something like that. But it doesn't really influence the performance much. Cool. The main issue is the temperature, which is really hot. Yeah. The car feels a lot nicer if it's 10 degrees cooler.
For everyone asking why I'm not wearing a Hans, it's because the passenger side doesn't have the 4-point. So
it's an expensive option.
Yeah. So I'm holding a Hans. That's what I'll be doing.
Yeah. Safety first.